Tommy Tuberville is such a diverse guy. I don't know whether to go with coach because I've always called people coach. I got to call him senator because he's a senator. We're getting him hooked up right now. One thing I did not touch on was Bob Huggins got spared yesterday. Bob Huggins, we all know, couldn't have acted like a dummy. And the University of West Virginia decided they were going to keep the legendary coach. And what they were going to do was take $1 million of his salary. He was going to have to go to sensitivity training. And his contract was no longer a long-term contract. His contract is and was reduced to a year-to-year. Got to tell you, that is what I don't care. Like, people are saying I wanted him canceled. I didn't want him canceled. I just want to tell you how dumb he was and what a cheat he was back in the day, at least relative to me. But Coach Tuberville, if you remember, when talking about boys transitioning into women and playing women's sports, had a great line about Megan Rapinoe. He said that she would be working at a Walmart or a Piggly Wiggly. And you know what? He's right. I mean, look, women know. Like, I tell you all the time, my wife, legend. I am legend. She is legend. My wife's a freaking legend in the world of softball. And guess what? She'll tell you the same thing. She'll tell you the same thing. If she had a pitch against 73-mile-an-hour men throwing fastballs, no way. Although she could hit it, and she, again, was an All-American. But it's not the same, and it shouldn't happen. And we should not put women in places where, ladies and gentlemen, they have to compete against men. You know, I don't, when guys are so well-rounded, I never know what to call them. So we have Senator Tuberville, we have Coach Tuberville, and before we start, I'm going with Senator. I got to apologize. Your background looks very American. Mine looks like I'm doing it from the bathroom, but I got to tell you, Senator, my stepdaughter today starts the Ivy League championship. She's a stud third baseman. We are in Princeton. I'm wearing all Ivy League gear. I'm wearing all Harvard gear. I apologize for the look, but it's for a reason, Coach.
Well, there's nothing better than going to watch your kids participate in sports. I'm telling you, I was a coach. Obviously, y'all know that, but I would leave practice and go watch my kids playing basketball, run track. I would not miss it. And I think that's one of the most important things that we do. We support our young people, especially our kids, in being the best they can be, and show that we appreciate their hard work in sports, because sports are hard work no matter what level you're in.
Coach, I want to get right into this. My wife is a legend in coaching in softball. She's a first-team All-American, took Toledo to the College World Series, all-time winning.
What'd she marry you for? What'd she marry you?
What's that?
What'd she marry you for?
Well, she's also got all this talent. Impaired, head down on her luck, apparently. But, Coach, we are very big on this transgender thing. Is making me nuts, making her nuts, where boys are playing against girls. Coach, you were very vocal about it, and I really appreciated you saying what you said. Thank you for that.
Well, we got a bunch of morons running this show, and I don't care. This country gives you an opportunity to do what you want, right? I mean, be what you want, think who you are. I don't care if you want to be a giraffe, be a giraffe. But being unfair in terms of participating against other people, wrong. And I'm going to fight this tooth and nail. There's other people going to fight it. I need more people on my side speaking out about this unfair. And it's really unsafe. You've seen some of these things happen. The transgender boy that, or whatever you call it, spiked the volleyball, hit the young girl in the head, put her in the hospital, really hurt her. It's unfair, unsafe, and it's downright wrong. And what does our country come to if we allow this to happen? It just makes no sense. The Democrats have lost their mind. They're following the far left, and they're on this bandwagon now, and they think it's a winning issue for them. It is not, and we're going to fight it.
Coach, you're involved in these. You know, I always say I coached for a long time, college basketball, and I broadcast for a long time. But broadcasting, you don't know like you do when you're a coach. You don't know as a voter like you do as a senator. You mentioned, do you believe that Democrats, do you believe liberals actually believe this is a good thing for the country, or is this just pandering for votes?
Oh, you just hit it. It's pandering. There has got to be most of the people on the left up here have daughters or granddaughters or nieces that love sports. And if they believe that this is right, it is either 4 votes or they've lost their damn mind. It is, you can't make sense of any of this. There's no sense, but they are all in, all the way from the White House down. I mean, they look at these issues thinking we can just add a few more votes here. This place that I'm in right now in Washington, D.C., it's all about getting reelected. Care less about what happens to our country, happens to our kids, happens to the future. Please vote for me to give me power to have a name up here. I was a football coach. Football coach is a hell of a lot better job than obviously, what I'm doing here. But I like what I'm doing because I'm standing up. I've actually had a job. Most of these people up here haven't had a job in their life, but they love being called a senator or a congressman, a little bit of power. We close this place down for about 3 weeks out of every month, come up here and actually try to get something done for a few days because we don't get anything done here. It's a ring around the rosy here.
Coach, as a football coach, it is every day you're trying to get something done. Every day you're trying to improve. Every day you want to see your team get better. Individuals get better, the offense, defense, individuals. How frustrating is it for you, number one, based on what you just said? And let me go another way. How remarkable is it that the people actually running this are, as you said and Trump said last night, morons, idiots, whatever you want to call them? Does it just stun you that this is the level of person running the country?
Shocking. I mean, this is the bottom of the barrel. Now, you've got some good people here, some good leaders, people that really want to do the right things, but they're few and far between. If you want to do this for a living for 40 or 50 years, you've lost your mind. I mean, this is not a place where you come and stay forever, but we need term limits. We got people who've been up here forever. The thing that I don't like about this place, it's all about seniority. Now, if you've been up here 30 years, I don't care whether you've got any sense at all. You've got a huge say-so. And that's the problem that we have here. People stay forever and they ride around these black limousines with Secret Service agents, and most people don't have a clue who they are, could care less. I don't know why they need security. I walk to work every day, and it's just absolutely mind-boggling to me how we've gotten in this position of just people stay here forever, and they couldn't do anything else, so I guess they're up here. Now, again, I'm going to go back and say this. There are really good people up here in some areas, but we got a lot more people up here that need to go home and mow their grass or get a real job for a few years and then run for a position, because you'd actually know what the American people do and how they're struggling and how we can help them. But most of them don't have a clue.
Coach, the American people that I deal with want to know what can be done about 3 things. 1, what can be done about this administration, this press secretary, this president, looking in the camera and lying every day? 2, and maybe I got this backwards, they want to know what the hell can be done about prices of food in the market, at the store, that kind of thing. How can the inflation come back? And 3, quite frankly, I think people more and more, even in the Midwest where I live in Indianapolis, they're concerned about the border. Like, when is this going to hit us? Those are the 3 things American people hit me with all the time. There's others, obviously. What is your sense of those 3 things, starting with the lying that we see every day from this administration?
Well, I think that's prerequisite to have a job up here on the Hill in Washington, D.C. You can't really lie and sell it to people. I think that's the you won't last very long. So you've really got to throw some big ones out there. My gosh, what we're seeing on TV, especially from this young lady that's whatever she does, she comes out and says something about, well, I don't know why people go to that hearing every day to listen to her read from a book. It's embarrassing. It's embarrassing for me to be an American to know that somebody like that reads from a book and just downright lies. 90% of the border's under control. Are you kidding me? People across the country better wake up. No matter what's happening, inflation or bad education, crime, all this stuff's going on. this is going to get us. This is going to bring our country to our knees, what's going on. I've been there several times. I've seen it. We've got people from Russia coming across, China. We've got terrorists coming across, the drugs, but all that. But we're going to be overwhelmed. And I go to Europe a lot now to meet with leaders and all those things. They have ruined their countries in Europe because of what happened back during the migration days after some of these countries just went nuts. And you look at the European countries, they are in turmoil because of all the people that they let in to change their culture just because they think they're going to be nice. You have to have borders. You have to have borders to have a country with laws and a constitution. But Joe Biden and his group, they're all globalists. They do not want borders anywhere. And I was on a plane the other day, sat beside a lady from Canada. She goes, "What are y'all doing here? You do not want to be what we are in Canada now. We have lost our country. We've got a dictator that's pretty much changed everything. And you got the same thing coming your way, and you're going to truly regret it." I'm sitting there listening to a lady just that lives it every day in Canada and the direction that we're headed. It's really sad.
Coach, I went back and I kind of, Bill Clinton is a Democrat. Bill Clinton was very, very adamant about shutting down the border. He was very adamant about it. Politicians have been talking about this for years. What happened here that the ideology of the Democratic Party / Biden / extremists, whatever you want to call them, what happened here that ideology switched from even, Clinton's not that far gone. What happened here?
They can't, the left cannot have anybody like Donald Trump become president again. And actually somebody that loves the country, that believes in it, that's had a job, that understands business, that understands budgets. This place is so corrupt in our institution, FBI, the CIA, everything that goes along with it. It's just, we've lost it. That they will get in these hearings, the people from all these institutions just downright lied to you. And they've covered all this stuff up for years. They know they'll go to jail if we get a guy like Trump in there that can't run again, that has 4 years left, or anybody on the Republican side that's going to do their job. I don't care who president. We've got to win that position. But it's all about power. They want everybody to come in. They're going to give, if they can somehow, that's the reason they're so mad at the Supreme Court, that President Trump got a majority in the Supreme Court, because they know the Supreme Court will overrule them if they start going after the Constitution. But if they get the Supreme Court and all those things in the next few years, you can kiss us goodbye, because this country as we know it will be gone. But they want everybody to be able to vote. They want to give amnesty to everybody coming across. They want to write more checks to the people. Listen, I'm on the ag committee. We're getting ready to write a farm bill. It's up to $1.5 trillion, this farm bill. Now, I'm for all helping our farmers. Only 7% goes to farmers, like a little over 100 billion. The rest of it, 1.3 or 4 trillion, goes to giving out SNAP cards, food stamps to people that sit on their butt and don't want to go to work. Now, I'm for helping people that can't do anything, the people that need help. But we got way too many freeloaders in this country. And if we don't change the direction of that, it's not going to make any difference. But they want people to vote for them. And that's the reason this border is wide open.
Coach, I know you're busy. I cannot thank you enough. By the way, Urban Meyer was my neighbor. He was a football coach at Bowling Green. I was a basketball coach at Bowling Green. We lived next to each other. We're great friends. I told him I was having you on. He wanted me to make sure that I told you hello. And thanks for running. I tell him, I said, he and I ought to run. I mean, if Coach Tuberville's doing it, let's go. Let's get in there. But he wanted me to tell you hello.
Well, Urban's a good guy. I think I'm the only guy got a winning record over Urban. I beat him a couple of times at Auburn, but good friends, good coach, he'd make a good politician. Again, not that I'm any gooder up here. I hope I got a little common sense, and I see what has happened because I've had a job traveling across the country, going to schools, parents' homes for years, and I saw the decline of our education, which is another huge problem that we got with these teacher unions out there, because they are ruining our country through indoctrination. But that's for another time. But thanks for having me on. God bless you. God bless America.
Coach, I hope you'll come back. Thank you. I hope you're okay with me calling you Coach. It's a sign of, you got so many titles. I don't know what to do.
I love it. Thank you.
Hey, thanks for watching Don't At Me with me.
Dan Dockich. Make sure to like, subscribe, or click the notification bell for more of my beautiful face. Check out my full show to my right, or watch this other video. See ya.